Donald Trump says he's considering revoking Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship. That's the topic of this week's edition of The Unpopulists' Executive Watch Abuse of the Week. Here's the problem. The Supreme Court has ruled repeatedly that no president can revoke the citizenship of a U.S.-born citizen, which O'Donnell is. The most famous of these rulings came in 1958, when the court declared that stripping someone of their citizenship as punishment was more primitive than torture. But Trump isn't taking this no for an answer. He's also suggested the Justice Department should look into revoking the citizenship of New York State Assembly member Zohran Mamdani, who was born in Uganda and became a U.S. citizen in 2018, and former White House advisor and former BFF Elon Musk, who became a citizen in 2002 after immigrating from South Africa. Now, because Mamdani and Musk are naturalized citizens, not native-born, it is technically legally possible, under extremely limited circumstances, for them to be stripped of their citizenship. But it's not something the executive branch can just do unilaterally. It requires either a criminal conviction for naturalization fraud or a civil proceeding that proves citizenship was illegally procured, even if not willfully. Historically, denaturalization for any other reason was done only for the most egregious violations, like war crimes. But just last month, the Department of Justice issued a memo instructing attorneys to prioritize denaturalization cases. The memo appeared to expand the criteria beyond the narrow scope of circumstances previously pursued, including any other cases the division determines to be sufficiently important. In other words, if someone in the DOJ, which we know really just means Trump, thinks you're important enough to go after, that's enough. The politically inconvenient, media critics, immigration activists, all could become fair game under that standard. Even worse, civil denaturalization proceedings don't come with the same constitutional protections. There's no right to a public defender, no statute of limitations, no jury trial, and the burden of proof is much lower than in a criminal case. This is just another attempt by the president to create a group of second-class citizens he can push around and silence whenever he wants. The process of becoming a U.S. citizen is a time-consuming one, where you must swear your allegiance to the Constitution and laws of America, and promise to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, something Donald Trump obviously has no desire to do. This has been your Executive Watch Abuse of the Week. To stay up to date with all of the abuses tracked by the project, subscribe for free at theunpopulist.net.